Episode 5 of The Boys Season 4 now out. Let's talk about this episode. Okay, so episode 5 of The Boys Season 4. What a freaking episode of TV. So good having this show back. So good seeing how good this writing is. Enjoying a TV show. Unlike someone, but we're not going to get into that one. But anyway, so episode 5 of The Boys, bro. Oh my. Where do we begin with this? I guess we begin with the sheep. The flying freaking sheep. This whole segment of when they go to the Newman farm and they find out that she has been experimenting on animals with Compound V, Temp V, and the virus. When they all turn up there, and there's just blood everywhere. And then out of nowhere, there's this cow. This bull, cow bull, whatever, comes through. And they're like, oh my god, it's a soup. And then these flying freaking sheep come and pick this freaking cow up and rip it to shreds. And there's blood going everywhere. I tell you, when I say this episode might be one of the bloodiest episodes in The Boys. And that's hard to do because we know what The Boys is like. But that whole segment with the sheep just ripping people to shreds, blood everywhere, was insane. But what makes that scene so good is the characters, the narrative going on, the chess match that Butcher is playing with Newman, you know, what he's doing, what Mother's Milk's trying to do, trying to get them to, you know, be friends in a way to try and survive this. Like, I want to see my daughter, so I'm not going to go and act rash. You know, that was all incredible. Just fantastic writing. The blood and gore is just that added bonus that we want to see. Now, so that was all great. Obviously, now the virus is gone here. But in Billy Butcher fashion, he always has a plan, a backup plan no matter what. And this backup plan of his is he took the doctor and he cut the doctor's leg off and left the leg to try and have it as like, oh, he's dead. He's been ripped to shred by these sheep. And he's got the doctor locked up. And him and Jeffrey Dean Morgan, they come in and he's like, I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan. That is classic Butcher there, because it is classic Butcher. And he's like telling him, oh, you're going to make some more virus for me because I ain't going to hurt you anymore. Well, you know, not as bad as before or anything like that. Brilliant. Fantastic. And then obviously we have Victoria Newman, what she's doing. She breaks her father out because obviously they go get her father, which is great to see him back again. I love that character. That character he's a human that is so intelligent that can manipulate and move things and always has something in place to stop you from doing something and stop you from killing him. But she breaks him out. So what's going to happen with that? That's going to be interesting. So I loved all that stuff. And then we had that moment with Frenchie as well, turning himself in because he can't live with this guilt anymore. Talk about writing, man. Talk about writing. And when he's talking to Starlight and he says, look, I don't want to tell Kimiko. I don't want to tell her because it's not that she's going to hate me. It's the fact that she's going to like forgive him and like not hate him, and that scares him. So he goes to the police station to like put himself in for murder. Brilliant, just brilliant character. The heart of this episode is the Huey though. Huey, man, what a character moment. What a character development moment this episode was for Huey. So obviously we know that his father was now given the Compound V by his mother that fell out of Huey's pocket. He comes back. And everything's all sweet and that. And he was like, okay, this is all good. But then he develops his powers. And it messes with his brain as well. It starts to make him forget where he is, what's going on. Starts to make him think that, oh, they're back in time again. And his power is phasing. He can phase through things. And when I mean it's one of the most bloodiest. Dude, that scene where that guy is just trying to hit on that nurse. And Huey's dad comes phasing through the wall. And phases into him. And then stops phasing. And just in the middle of his guts, and there's just blood and guts going everywhere. Bruh, I was just like, oh my word. This is freaking insane. And this is a rampage. He's like running through people and stuff like that. But the moment for Huey is when he tells his dad that to stop his dad from killing his mother, that he just wanted to keep him alive to tell him that he was his hero. That Tek Knight wasn't his hero, he was his hero. And he needed to say that to him. And this is where he calms him down, and then, he gives him the chance to, because his dad tells him about like the story about their cat or dog, where it had a tumor in that, and Huey just held on too long instead of putting the animal down and putting it out its misery, letting it go. He couldn't let go, and he was holding on to it. And that was a symbol for him and his father, holding on to his father. And his father didn't want to end up like that. That's why he gave the power of attorney to his mother, because he knew his mother wouldn't hold on to him like that. And he didn't want to be a vegetable or anything like that and live like that. It's brilliant. And then Huey comes to the realization that he has to let his dad go. So they euthanize him. It's this insanely emotional moment where Huey says goodbye to him. Top tier writing. Top tier. That's how you write a character, man. That is how you write characters. So freaking good. That was all fantastic. Then you have the stuff with the soups, man. Homelander and Ryan. Oh my word. Ryan is getting more and more like Homelander as the episodes go. This episode, Homelander, I'm sitting there like, okay, Homelander's actually being a decent guy for once. He's sitting there with his son saying, do you want to do this TV show? And his son's like, no, I don't want to do this. And he's like, fine, you don't have to do it. And I'm like, dude, Homelander's realized that he was manipulated, pushed into doing things he didn't want to do. He's finally letting his son be himself, do what he wants. And this is when a moment where he's like, oh, just tell me, what do you want to do? Like, what, big picture, what do you want to do? And Ryan goes, I want to help people, because that's what my mother would want. And I'm thinking, okay, Ryan, yes, you want to be a superhero, a proper superhero. He's like, I don't want to do fake saves, I want to do real saves. And then Homelander gets into his mind. And then you just see Ryan just start to become Homelander. I'm like, Homelander, what are you doing? For once I thought you were being a good dad. And now all of a sudden, you're not being a good dad. You're using that to your advantage. It's crazy. And then the end of the episode with them as well, with him getting the leaks. Oh, this is the person who leaked it. Ashley and A-Train, I think they're going to die. I really do think they're going to die this season now, because they're walking a thin line and they pin it on someone else. But how long can they do that? Sister Stage is already on A-Train's ass trying to figure it out. So, yeah, man, this episode was just insane. It had everything. It had all the emotions, the action, the blood, the gore, everything about the boys. It had. And it was top tier. This is one of the best episodes in all of the boys, in all seasons. I freaking love this episode. The characters, just everything about it, man. It's so freaking good to have this show back. So let me know what you guys thought of episode 5. Did you guys love it? Smash it down in the comment section below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.